Panharmonicon presents a podcast.
I think that was the old New York Central, City of Albany. Derailed in 1920, killed hundreds of people. Did you catch the number on the locomotive?
Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, do you need some lights?
Actual start.
Start. But there's still more things to do.
So much. Gotta get prepped.
Can you see your... Oh, you're on.
I'm on my phone.
I
didn't go analog.
Oh, you're good. I mean, hey, that's how you remember it. Better to connect.
Usually I'm watching on my, because I'm watching on my computer.
Sure.
I just open up the notes app in my Gmail and I just type as I'm watching.
Nice.
And luckily, they pair up. So if I'm ever watching it, while I'm not at my computer, on my TV or something like that, I can still just open the notes app and continue just, making notes.
Nice.
Yeah. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They call Panharmonicon in the in control. Had them throwing parties for a bunch of children. All the while, slum was under the building. So they pack up, the group got a grip, came a grip, grabbed the proton packs off the back, then they split. Found out about Vigo, the master of evil, trying to battle the boys. That's how legal. In control. Panharmonicon.
Presents a podcast. I'm so glad you started off with that because, when I was watching it, I'm like, this song seems out of place for this movie for some reason. But it was like I wanted to address that. And then, you started off with it helps to it just because at one point I thought they were going to be playing the traditional Ghostbusters song, and then that song came on. And I was like, oh, I just didn't expect that. I think it was the scene when they were walking out of the mental facility. Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought they were just gonna.
Yeah, it's it is the theme for the second movie.
Oh,
which, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know,
you could be concerned about it.
The song was made for. Obviously, it has Ghostbusters references in it, so it was made for the Ghostbusters 2 movie.
Okay. Well,
also, considering its period of time it was made, Bobby Brown was hot at the time. Makes sense.
Sure.
They would. They do play the original Ray Parker Jr. theme. Throughout it.
Yeah.
It's just that I think they just wanted to be it's been a while. Here's some
here's something
some
fresh,
new, fresh for the kids who's been catching us.
It's 1989. We're about to hit a whole new decade, folks.
Yes, sir. And we're also about to hit a brand new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Over here at Panharmonicon Studios, we are going to be kicking off the new year with a New Year's movie. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned. This time I do mean as far as I'm concerned. Because we started off Christmas month with
the
controversial Die Hard. Mm-hmm. Is it a Christmas movie? It's not a Christmas movie. Well, it constitutes a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. There are many people who would say that a Christmas movie is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas. Some people would say that the movie kind of has to have the theme of Christmas surrounding it in its plot in order for it to be a Christmas movie. Well, I propose the question: if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, is Ghostbusters 2 a New Year's movie?
Yes.
After all, it does take place during New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
We'll cross that bridge. I was going to say no, just because it felt like they only referenced New Year's a handful of times. At least with Die Hard, there were the nods of ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun. There that and a few other things that happened in the movie where it at least kept emphasizing hey, it is Christmas time. Though it didn't surround the theme of it, but I think there was maybe 2 times that I can remember in Ghostbusters 2 where they're oh, New Year's Eve is coming up, and then I was it. But then again, it's how do you
define?
How do you
also at the end they are singing Auld Lang Syne because it's moved over from New Year's into New Year's Day, and that is partly responsible for the Vigo being able to be destroyed.
Okay, well,
I mean, I don't know what really constitutes a New Year's movie.
Right.
It's not
think
really
that's something
like
a genre, you know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be petty because we did Die Hard.
I just wanted to do Die Hard because I just thought it was like a funny like little. I know people always had that argument. And I was like, oh, what a funny way to start off the holiday. But yeah, can you believe it's about to be 2026?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're in that like weird nebulous era where like old media doesn't reference like this period. It's like you're either in like the early 2000s up to like maybe 2020, and then it just jumps. And then it's like 2050, 2100 and things like that. You never really hear about
Like the
2030s. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. 'Cause I think there was even a point in the movie where that's a couple of things, like when you're introduced to Venkman in the beginning of the movie, and he has those two people that has on his talk show. They're talking about like their predictions for the end of the world.
We usually don't do that. Talk so much about a movie before we get into everything. But I want to thank you guys for kicking it here with us for almost all of 2025. We started in like March. So
yeah.
We're coming up on our year, and we'd be happy to have you guys for all 52 weeks. Get our civilities out of the way. If you guys on YouTube can subscribe for us, if you have been enjoying what you've been listening to, especially if you enjoyed our little romp at the beginning, and if you didn't, you can not subscribe. You can thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. You can thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you are on Spotify, if you can give us a follow, give us a rating of 1 through 5 on how you like this episode so far and how you like this, and both, if you can just drop a comment letting us know what you think constitutes a New Year's movie. And if you have any New Year's movies that you think like that's a New Year's movie, let us know, and maybe we'll go over it next year.
Whoa.
We're not doing a New Year's month.
Yeah. It's like it's not one of those things like you can do Christmas. We joked about doing Christmas in July, but like you can't do New Year's like any time of the year. Like it's
New Year's in April. And above all else, just thank you overall for listening to us and letting us ramble in your ear for an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. Hopefully not that long this time. But with that out of the way, just jump into our next little segment, which is how are you fellas doing?
Oh man. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. It's we're on the other side of Christmas, which can be a stressful time. Just making sure everything is like you're getting all the gifts and all the cooking that ends up happening and whatnot. Tried some new cookie recipes.
Nice.
Yeah, just so you know, that box, it has it's a brown butter bourbon.
Oh.
Chocolate chunk, which is different than the chocolate. Yeah.
It's a freebie.
Yeah. I did think of calling it the brown butter barbone.
Barbone.
As in referencing our good guy Barbone from Streets of Rage, if you know, you know. And diving into that lemon. So you have the lemon poppy seed in your box.
Nice.
Whereas you guys had the Neapolitan. But the Rice Krispies are in there, Oreo cheesecake, also consistent, along with the, bourbon chocolate chunk and regular chocolate chunk. But yeah, man, the whole baking thing is fun.
Nice.
It is so fun. A lot of baking, but yeah, all in all, pretty good. What about you guys?
Pretty good. Did some traveling to see, I guess at this point, I've been calling them the in-laws jokingly for a while, but now it's almost, yeah. So that was good. Got to see everybody. Of course, everyone was asking about wedding stuff, and then they didn't like any of our answers. So that was really fun. Yeah, because they were like, "Oh, like why are you pushing it back so far?" So it's like, "Oh, well."
Oh, when are you guys looking at?
We're thinking September of 28, I believe.
Oh,
so yeah, like a good 3 year. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you put that 8 in there, but I was like the 8th, like September 8th, 2026. I was like, no. You said 3 years. Like, oh, okay. So you mean 2020?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to spend some time being engaged first, I think.
I can understand that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good to see. Good. I, knock on wood, both Moore and I dodged the child germs. There were some pretty, classic snotty kids. But I think we did good. So.
Some snotty bits.
Yeah, I mean, kids are gross, but they're very cute. I'll add that addendum at the end there to not sound like a hater. Dame, how
You
is
also say they were cute, so it's like that's bad.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't dodge the children.
No.
Yeah, after we left party the other week.
Oh.
I got hit with something that took me out till like Christmas.
Dang.
So I'm pretty like low energy right now, but working my way back up and feeling like the old Dame.
That's good to hear that you're getting better, but dang, dude, that's because like I felt fine.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody else gave it to me, but I wasn't anywhere else between my house and there.
Yeah,
so,
and
but you know, we're getting back. I don't think I did anything. Oh, I started playing No Man's Sky.
Oh,
how was that?
Okay,
I really do enjoy it. I don't know, like it's just something. I don't know. I guess I really enjoy games that let you just do what you want to do without having like a true ending, but does have like steps that you can follow.
Right.
And No Man's Sky does a really good job of that. Like, so the whole thing about No Man's Sky is it's like I forget, it was kind of made by like one dude, I believe.
Wow.
A long time, like not a long time ago, but like
I think maybe like 5-ish, maybe
20-ish. I think that's when it first came out.
Yeah, like pre-COVID. I want to say
the game didn't do so hot, and then he like got with a group of people and like they basically really worked on the game pretty hard and turned it basically from being like a game that people would have given like a 1 to 5 to like a 4 out of 5. It's one of the like few times where someone's like, you can do this with a game when people give you valid criticism and like you look at it, you can actively work on it, and they hope more other like studios do it. Most don't, but in this case he did it. It was on sale for the winter.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I'm gonna finally get into it. And the whole thing about it is it's just exploration. So you wake up, you don't know where you are, you don't know how you got there, and it's a planet you've never been on, and you basically have to take steps to eventually getting a ship, being able to take that ship into space. And that's where like the coolness of it is, because there are just tons of planets and everything is procedurally generated. So like, I shouldn't say procedurally, but like once you start like a seed, which is like when you start a game, it just generates a whole bunch of planets, fauna, flora, minerals and everything like that. And it's random every single time that you start a new game. So like while all the steps to doing everything will remain the same, what you see will be different because it'll be just different. And so the planets are like, when you get out of, like, when you finally leave the planet that you're on, you see that there are other planets, and maybe like 3 other planets, maybe 2 or 5, but like there's distance. You have to actually like fly to the planet. And the funniest thing is that like you have like kind of 3 modes, speeds so far I've seen, which is basically like regular thrusters, like turbo thrusters, and then like kind of like pulse/warp drive. And if you don't use warp drive, it could take like an hour plus to actually get to a planet.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Like, are you needing to like dodge anything on your way there? Like,
if you go into pulse drive, you don't. But if you're just like flying normally, there's asteroids and like asteroid belts and things like that. And then eventually you start to find like space stations. You find that you might jump into like a system that has like pirates flying around that'll start trying to shoot at you.
What?
You might run into like a freighter brigade, and then there are these things called sentinels, which are like, I guess they wiped out most of like the sentient life on like in the universe, which is why I get there has an explanation probably somewhere around why they did that. I don't know it yet, but like you might run into them, and if you run into them on a planet while you're like trying to resource things because they don't want you to do that, they'll start attacking you. If you get in your ship and try to fly away, like sentient ships will start like flying into the system to like try to stop you. And you have to basically like even if you're fighting, they will start like still just keep spawning. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not like strong enough really to just like take out a horde of them yet. So I don't know if you can like just kill enough that they stop coming. But like, so I just run away. It's also base building in it, and you can go to space stations to like trade for stuff. It's really fun. It's been taking up a lot of my like sick time
Nice.
this past week.
Did you take up any sick time from work?
I did on Monday.
Okay.
And then I felt a little bit better, so I was like, I'll come in and work on Tuesday. But then we had like Wednesday, Thursday off.
Yeah.
And I worked yesterday. So I only worked 2 days this week.
Okay.
That's good.
With that out of the way,
Brain
last
teaser time?
little section, brain teaser, little bad movie, movie plot explanation, which is where I pull a movie plot from the subreddit of the similar name because I never remember what the name is, and I present it to Farron and Andrew, see if they can figure it out. Last week there was supposed to be 2. They
even on the
kind of tripped up on it.
Could not. I was like, what movie was this? Oh, that's right, Titanic. Jeez.
So we're gonna be giving them the other one this week, and this one's gonna be tough because I don't know if you've seen the movie.
Farron's shaking his pen in
I just know I'm
anticipation.
Not gonna know it. Okay.
Yeah. A tough single mother runs a family business in a small town with her kids, including a son with special needs. Through luck, they discover an opportunity to make a fortune, but they must beat a rival group of young, driven people to do it.
Aaron Brockovich?
No. That was wild.
Wild guess?
Yeah. Aaron Brockovich has 1 kid.
Oh, I thought she had several kids and one of them was special needs. No?
Pretty sure she has 1 kid.
Okay. That's the movie with Julia Roberts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What's Eating Gilbert's Grape?
Her mother was eating Gilbert Grape.
She is, but I don't know if she can work, right? Because she's like bedridden.
Yeah.
Did you say a young single mother?
I said a tough
single mother.
Emphasis on the tough.
Okay. I only asked for emphasis on like the young or age just to see like
what they were.
Yeah.
And I will slightly alter this to say, through luck, they discover an opportunity to make a fortune, but they must beat a rival group of kids to it.
A rival group of kids? A rival group of kids that are in the same business? Or it has nothing to do with the business that she's... Okay.
I mean, it could have something to do with the business.
Man. Okay. A tough...
Remember, you have your lifelines.
She has multiple kids.
She has multiple kids.
That's said in there. Okay. And you said one is
special
needs. Okay. Question here. When you say special needs, to what is the special need? Is that given too much to ask that question? To answer that question?
The problem is that special needs kind of is really nebulous in this situation because there's no real explanation that could be given for the special needs.
Okay.
Like I'll say like it's not like autism or like anything like that.
Yeah. Push.
No.
Okay.
I don't know why I look like I was thinking.
Yeah.
I already knew it wasn't. I was just trying to determine I forget when Push came out.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So sorry.
I was just gonna ask for the year. Start with her.
1985.
Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Rival kids. Mm-hmm. An opportunity to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Make a fortune. Stand By Me?
Yeah, not Stand By Me.
Jeez, dude, 1985. Man. The tough part about that is there are some movies, because I know you said that it's likely, like you said, a movie that we haven't seen. But at least with movies that have come out since I've been born, there have been a lot of trailers that I've seen where it's there are some stories that I know where I could be like, oh, it's this thing. But there's so much prior to my existence that I just wouldn't...
I mean, fair enough. But I will say that it is a movie that I have mentioned before in this podcast. That's why I'm not sure if you... I'm pretty sure Andrew has not seen it. But I can't remember if you said you had seen it or not when we talked about it.
Oh, no.
And it is not a movie that we covered. It is just a movie
been
that I
mentioned.
Yeah.
So what's our second lifeline usually? Actor?
Kind of usually just ask... Yeah, you ask
questions. Yeah. I think we'll sometimes ask about the genre. What genre does it fall into?
Do we think that or prominent actors would be?
I almost kind of feel like prominent actors would be a dead
Oh, Dead Giveaway?
Giveaway.
Okay. So can we have the genre then?
Yeah. I would say like family, comedy, adventure. Yeah, I would say those three.
Family, comedy, adventure.
I guess that makes sense. Kids and zaniness.
Yeah.
Trying to get a little money.
The special needs, though, that's the...
Yeah.
I feel like that's the part that's, like, super exaggerated in this case.
Right.
Of like...
The red herring of it all.
Mm-hmm. But it's probably just something like they really like orange soda, like on some Keenan and Kel type shit. Like, they're special needs, so he's got to drink orange soda every day. Like,
Are we saying Kel's on the spectrum? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I think we could probably all agree that Kel probably...
Yeah.
I will give a free hint.
Ooh.
Movies that the members of the cast have been in would include things like...
All right, Tim Allen.
Indiana Jones and I believe I want to say it's The Last Crusade. Stranger Things, even though I say films.
Beetlejuice.
Lord of the Rings. It's not Beetlejuice. I thought you were adding to it like you knew. No.
Were you thinking Winona Ryder? Is that
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
short round movies?
The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Wow.
Wow. Special needs being
Chunk.
Wow. Surprised I knew that.
Yeah, once you said everything, that's the yeah. Wait, Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sean Astin.
Lord of the Rings.
He was in Lord of the Rings. That's right. My mind immediately went to
Is Short Round in the Goonies? Even though I should know his name.
Short Round sounds like a cookie.
Like, ooh, a little shortberry round cake.
Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Yeah,
he's short round. Yeah, he's Radar in Goonies.
Yeah, Data.
Or Data. I'm sorry, not Radar. Radar was a different movie. Yep, he was Data.
Oh, is that MASH? Is that Radar?
Yeah, I think that's Radar.
Okay. Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
I could have said Avengers, but then I think that would have been like, who?
You think would have made it more confusing?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like, there's so many people in this movie.
Actually, that might help because, like, I remember I didn't know anything about Josh Brolin at the time when I first saw Goonies, of course. But then, like, as I got older and started to watch, like, I'm trying to think, what would be the first movie I would have a recollection of in, like, later teen years of watching Josh Brolin would be, like, No Country for Old Men, I think.
Honestly, that's for me. Like, between
Goonies and
No Country for Old Men, I have
Men.
no clue what
Yeah,
Josh Brolin was
dude,
doing.
I'm like, what was he? But then after that, it was all of a sudden, it was like, Josh Brolin. Mm-hmm. Which I'm okay with. I enjoy me some Josh Brolin. Truly do enjoy me some Josh Brolin.
Yep. And so,
That's a good one.
Didn't take us that long. That's good.
Yeah. And now...
To our feature presentation.
let's talk about movies.
sorry,
was it a trumpet
Let's
or-
talk
I
about
don't know.
movies.
I don't even know why I needed to put my hands up to the corners of my mouth to do it.
You gotta guide the sound out. Pinch it as it comes.
Yeah, like thread it out.
Yeah.
And so we start our little episode here about Ghostbusters 2, the New Year's movie that could. So, sequel to Ghostbusters, obviously. Came out in June 16th, 1989. Same month as the first movie, which is very odd that both movies about spooky stuff came out nowhere near Halloween.
Yeah.
Budget of about 30 mil, box office of 215 mil.
Ooh.
I know that is a drop off from the first movie, but apparently they thought it was such a drop off that we just never got a Ghostbusters 3 until
Interesting.
I guess is the all ladies one. That's a spinoff, right?
I think so.
Like the one with the strangers kids thing. That's like considered
That
Ghostbusters 3, right?
Yeah, I guess according to Google, it's Ghostbusters, the 2016 movies. Well, yeah, I guess it's just in order. I think the movie you might be thinking of is Afterlife. Is the Stranger Things one? So with
Finn
Wolfhard, yeah. But I think Ghostbusters
that's the one
2016
that
is the
continues
latest.
the story.
Oh,
Because,
okay. Because Bill Murray's in it.
Yeah.
Is that-
That okay, so I that is insane to me. So 30 million. That means that they made 600% of their budget, and they thought
Because it
they
didn't do as
shouldn't
well
do a
as the first
sequel.
one.
Oh, comparison is a thief of joy.
It is.
I'm sorry. Would you stop that? Would you stop? Like, if you made 600% of an investment.
No, honestly, I think I know that is a big reason why they didn't do it, but apparently there were multiple attempts at writing a script for Ghostbusters 3. Ivan Reitman tried. I think Dan Aykroyd had a version, and someone else had one. They're they're between 3 and 4 that occurred between 1990 all the way to 2010.
Dang.
And none of them could work. And unfortunately, we started losing people, so it was making it harder and harder to be able to pull that off. Which is a shame, because I think that a 1992 Ghostbusters 3 would have killed, especially during that period of time where all those those types of movies were happening. It would have done numbers. I think the cartoon was still running in 1992, so it definitely would have worked. People still were thinking about Ghostbusters in the early 90s, but money, what can you do? 54% critics versus 61% audience, which I don't understand.
As in, you don't understand because you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed this movie.
Not,
I will, when we get to the end, my Panharmonicons will reflect that. I enjoyed this movie. I did decide to kind of read some of the reviews this time, mostly because I just didn't understand it. And ultimately, it kind of felt like people felt that this was just a very safer, more sanitized, and off-putting sequel to a very beloved movie.
Yeah.
And I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
It's that Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark type deal where someone's this first one, not Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's the first one, right? Last Crusade. Where you're oh, this first one is just mwah. But then the second one is just, it's also okay, but it's just not as good as that first one. Therefore, I don't like it as much.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
So
I can see why there's that drop off, but I don't see the movie being a failure. The original Ghostbusters in 1984 was the second highest grossing movie of that year. So I can see why they feel that they dropped off, because Ghostbusters 3, I think, ends up being the 5th or 6th of 1989. But I also feel like it had much more competition.
That's what I was gonna say. We're talking about. It's 1989.
And
so we're just gonna be. Batman came out that year, right?
Batman, yep. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and what I have here, 3 anticipated sequels. You had Back to the Future 2, Lethal Weapon 2, and then of course Ghostbusters 2. So in '84, you pretty much only had Beverly Hills Cop, which was number 1. And Ghostbusters. And you also, interestingly enough, Indiana Jones again. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So, and then Gremlins and the Karate Kid and Police Academy. So, I feel like 89 just had more movies that people wanted to watch than 84 did.
Yeah.
And I hate that the company said, let's look at this comparison. I don't think this one did as well, so we're just going to kind of hold off on doing another one.
Yeah.
So I really do think that a third movie would have... I also think a third movie may have made people look at this movie differently. If maybe it was worse or if it did better. Either way, I think because you just had that, first movie, then you had the second one, and then nothing. People are just well, the first one's just better by comparison. So those are my notes on the back story of everything.
I think that when you bring up following up to beloved entries into a lot of, and even if it's not, sometimes it could be a beloved sequel, and it's the third movie that you're following up to, and I feel like we kind of, as audience members, kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. I feel like as soon as something amazing comes out, we're not, like, I think mentally sometimes, and I'm not saying that the movie itself, the sequel itself, can't actually just not be deserving of those accolades, but I feel like we just automatically, like, say in our minds, nothing can surpass this. Like, there's not almost nothing you can do sometimes in order to make it, like, even if a sequel comes out and it actually is great, because the first one's so beloved, like, you just can't let your mind, like, allow anything to surpass that. In some cases it can, like, I think, like, especially if there's more of if it feels like the entry was just kind of like that director or that company dipping their toe into the lore of something, then it's easier to, especially when it feels like maybe they held back. And I think in a situation like Terminator, for instance, it allows, then not to say, I mean, obviously Terminator 2 Judgment Day is just like an amazing movie altogether. But, like, you look at Terminator 1 and you're introducing some pretty cool ideas, but it feels like they weren't all, like, 10 toes in on that whole concept. And then Terminator 2 just went and said, hey, I'm diving in the deep end. Mm-hmm. And it was amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. I just find that interesting, the commentary about sequels in general.
Yeah, I think just as human beings, we have a comparison. Like, I think that's just built into us to want to be able to compare things so that we can determine what's the better thing for us, like, no matter what you do, right? Like, whether it be, like, you're looking for a mate, or as a modern person, you're looking for a car. Like, the thing that, like, inherently you think is going to help you survive better is the thing that you're going to be going for. Unfortunately, when it comes to media, I think we also do it, but I think we do it to too much of a detriment to ourselves. In the same way that you're saying, I think, like, people will block themselves from liking things if they think that the thing that they liked can't be topped. Or sometimes I think when we have our opinions, we want our opinion to be verified so badly that we strike out against anything that could potentially go against our opinion. Mm-hmm. We have Ghostbusters 2 here, which starts out 5 years after the movie, the first one. And that stays the same in the story itself. It takes place 5 years after. Pretty much, Ghostbusters as a company is no longer around. Everyone is split and gone their own separate ways. And just like in the first movie, we barely see anything about Winston. So I don't really know what he's doing. But we know that Peter is hosting a public access. I don't know what regular TV, I don't know. He's hosting a television show. We know that Stance is running an occult, maybe just a bookshop, but it seems occult books are also there. Yeah,
and I think it's like on the banner, like, of the store. Really? It says like raise occult something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like occult is literally on the storefront.
And Spangler is, I guess he's the only one still kind of doing like the ghost thing. And I guess he was already a scientist beforehand, so he just went back to being a scientist. Pretty much, I guess the city got a short-term memory and decided that the Ghostbusters are no longer a good thing.
Yeah, I had so many questions about that, because, like, they're like, oh, we're back now. So I'm like, did stuff just, like, stop? And then, like, the goo came, and then it's like, oh, time to ramp back up.
Yeah, dude, I was so confused about that, because, like, well, there's two things. One, when you said 5 years later, was there was no prologue, right? Like, we didn't watch any different movie. The movie literally just starts with a black card that says 5 years later. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was confusing. I was like, did I miss, like, a scene? Because usually when that happens in movies, I feel like there's maybe some kind of tie-in that is like, perhaps it's a callback to something that happened in the first movie. That's to show you that whatever evil or whatever they thought they destroyed in the first iteration didn't fully take, and this is why. And then it's like 5 years later, we're jumping ahead, and it's gotten this time to gestate, and now it's gotten worse. But the movie literally just starts and says 5 years later, and I was like, what? Did I miss something?
No, you didn't. There's that gap they just really don't talk about. And my guess is that they wanted to treat this movie like just like a new jump off. Probably because of the fact that 5 years had gone on between the two movies. And I mean, sure, you could have gotten a VHS probably by this time, but like, for the most part, you probably are thinking to yourself, like, I mean, it's been 5 years since that last one. I don't remember what happened in that one. Yeah. So, it's just 5 years. Brand new evil. Don't even worry about what happened. Don't worry about Zool. Don't worry about any of that type of stuff. And so we are introduced to the big evil of this movie, Vigo the Carpathian.
The Carpathian.
It's
Mr. Painting Man.
Yeah. The magician, really the madman,
evil man.
And the Doomifier.
So I was looking at the guy and I was like, this dude just like looks crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
Vigo, and you're like, ugh. So I looked into him. He's played by Wilhelm von Homburg. Wilhelm von Homburg also goes by the name of Norbert Grupp. He is a German boxer, actor, and a pro wrestler.
Oh.
I shouldn't say is, because I believe he passed away. So these are wases. So Vigo actually does have a full name, which we find out in one of the Ghostbusters video games. Like when they had that like big Russia like story-driven video games in like the PS3 era. Mm-hmm. And it's Vigo the Carpathian is actually Vigo von Homburg. And this Norbert Grupp guy had a pretty crazy life. Like I won't go into details here because it was pretty wild. But like his dad was a Nazi who like didn't even really mean to be a Nazi apparently.
Oh, okay.
And then
what? How do you not mean to be a Nazi? How do you
just kind of showed up to the meetings and, you know,
they kind of like
so like didn't say I wasn't like I was.
So apparently he was like
good benefits or like what are we doing?
Huge, right?
Like yeah.
Oh, like physically?
Like he was huge. Yeah. He was like 6'6", or not. He was like 6'3" or something like that. Like 260, and he's blonde haired and blue eyed. And so like as a younger person, like the Nazis kept trying to recruit him because they were like, dude, you're like the Ubermensch. And he's like, no. And then finally, like through like financial reasons, he ended up being like, I gotta like support my family. So he ended up.
Oh my god!
And this was the father.
That was the father.
Gotcha.
But during the war, he had a son. He had two different children. He had Norbert, and Norbert also became big. Like there was no like that was just Vigo's just that big.
Yeah.
There's like this picture of like him, his dad, and like Arnold, and it was like looking at that picture of Arnold with Andre the Giant. Yeah. Like they were big, and they were also like, because he was 20 when he had Norbert. When Norbert was 20, he was 40, and they were like a tag team partners in pro wrestling.
That's kind of fun.
And they would they presented themselves as being like brothers, or these like brother Nazis, and they
at least they stuck to the script.
Oh right,
but there was a lot of like his story was pretty crazy. But
what? They were just okay with being pro wrestlers that were.
Well, I mean, it was like the 50s, 60s. It was like the 60s, and back then, like there were a lot of like that, like trope of like the evil German, because like we hadn't yet moved into like full Cold War.
Yeah, like anti-communism stuff.
Yeah,
at that time.
So we're talking. So this wasn't. I guess I was also doing my math wrong because he would have been like.
He was born in the 40s.
So Norbert would have been like in his 40s when Ghostbusters 2 came out, right?
Yeah.
So when you said that they were tag team partners, I was thinking like, I guess at that point, I'm thinking like in the 80s. So I'm thinking of like televised wrestling matches, like that kind of stuff. Like,
no, that's
like we're going up against Hulk Hogan. It's Hulk. Well, he probably would have.
He would have been on their side, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, but I guess like, like. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe not on their side, but like I don't know. I guess Hulk Hogan has his feelings about people of our skin color, and so yeah, I was like that would have been. I'm just thinking it's so weird, like WWF, like see the Nazi brothers come back, like Vince McMahon is like promoting this. Like, how do you get away with this?
No, he was too busy promoting like evil Russian people. He didn't have time for the Nazis, but. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty crazy because I was just every time I've looked at Vigo the Carpathian, I'm like, oh, this dude is just crazy looking, and he just kind of looks like that. And they didn't even put that much makeup on him.
His brow, I think it's his brow. Yeah,
like that was pretty much where like most of it went. Like, for the most part, that's just kind of.
Oh, that's where most of the okay, never mind. So he's
stuff starts to happen, little goofy things at first, and then eventually like kind of full on evil things. And we don't know initially why But we start to find out as Dana's son with this person who we don't know about him, because that was in that 5 years that that mysterious 5 years that maybe could have used the movie, and it seems to be targeting her child. We know Vigo wants a new body. I don't know why he wants a baby body. You'd think he'd want like an adult body so he could immediately start being, because I don't know what being in a baby body is going to do for him for like a good 18 years before you can do anything.
100%. I also didn't understand, and maybe I missed something, but like, why specifically her baby?
I think it was just the closest baby around.
In New York.
It was like the first baby he saw.
I guess it's because the goo comes up.
I was about to say, was he the goo, or was
so he's not the goo.
Okay.
The goo seems to be coming from just like
the
feelings.
Gotcha.
And because of the fact that I guess they wanted to play off of New York being a very miserable place, like that just started bubbling up on its own. It seems to be from a period of like probably before the events of the movie took place, and could potentially be a result of the ending of the first movie, but they don't really get into that all that much. There's not a lot of getting into anything.
Yeah,
in
it's
this,
just
in this movie.
Keep pushing. We'll figure it out later.
And it's why I think like so much of the like more like plot driven things we know about Ghostbusters all comes from like those games I was talking about, because they are all official games and they are all like official parts of the story.
Yeah,
but I
licensed
guess
or whatever.
Like, we can expand on these because we couldn't do it in the movie.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. So we get to Venkman. We learn like Venkman's doing his television thing, and there are two different psychics. No, I guess a psychic and just like maybe a lady, and they each give a prediction about the end of the world. First psychic predicts the end of the world being New Year's Eve, which is pointed to the end of the movie. Second lady, the other lady says Valentine's Day 2016. And it is so very odd that a Ghostbusters movie came out in 2016.
Oh.
I didn't realize that would be the female-driven one, right?
Yeah.
With like, I was about to say Cat Montana. That is not her name. Kristen Wiig.
Wow.
They
weren't even close enough.
Right? Cat Montana. Like, I guess if you have a K,
the K from Kristen,
take the M and then you flip it around, there was Kristen Wiig.
The little Wario thing there.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I didn't think about that. Yeah, 27 years.
And I think I read that someone wished that movie had dealt with like this prediction. Like it doesn't. I actually don't know what the plot is, but I know it doesn't deal with Valentine's Day being like the end of.
It was released in July
15.
July 15, 2016.
So
July 15th.
So I was like, so what happened on that day in 2016? Since it is a day that we have lived past.
Yeah.
And is almost old news for us now.
Yeah.
Two things stood out at the most. The death of Supreme Justice Scalia, and there was a 5.8 earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand. Not exactly end of the world stuff, but
happened on that day.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if those people in New Zealand who like watched Ghostbusters 2 were like,
"It's happening! It's happening! This is it!"
Or maybe they'll just react like Peter did. Bummer. That's like Valentine's Day. Bummer. That's all he said.
Him not taking them seriously was just so Bill Murray.
Yeah. Like not taking anything seriously for that matter. Like the entire movie it seemed.
Which is I find so crazy that they thought that they could use Eddie Murphy as Winston, because you wouldn't have gotten nearly as much out of Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd as you do.
Yeah.
Because Eddie Murphy would have just stolen every single scene that he was in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So much that they would have probably had to have written the movie more so around him than the way that like Venkman is the central character in both movies.
That's what a third one should have been. Like, you should have brought in Eddie Murphy. I don't know if he would have been too old, and you could say that he was Ernie Hudson's son or something. Like, he was going to be dealing with older. They're like a little bit older. Maybe you go for another 5 years, and you give it a segue, so that way you don't need as much from Dan Aykroyd or Bill Murray, and there you go. You let Eddie Murphy.
And now I gotta look this up because I actually wonder. Like, there's no way, right?
No way. What?
No way. Is. Okay.
What?
I was wondering how old Ernie Hudson is. Yeah.
I think Ernie Hudson also is apparently a vampire. Have you seen Ernie Hudson recently?
Yeah. He looks so young, but he's 80 years old.
Dude's actually pretty built too.
Yeah.
Like, he's built. Like, I think, yeah, I saw him. It was just like this picture of him somewhere. I forget where it is. I don't know if it's like at a festival or like a movie premiere. And he's just like jeans and a t-shirt. And I'm like, that dude looks like he's maybe like 52.
Yeah.
I would even give him like late 40s. And dude's 80.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Like, he barely, I mean, it's like you can tell he's older from the Ghostbuster days.
Yeah.
It's like barely.
Right? Right? It's like he just filmed it like.
And then it's like when you
ago.
like look at Ernie Hudson compared to like Bill and Dan. Like, no, these two are like 20 years younger than you.
He beat cancer twice too.
What?
Yeah, he's a superhuman. You're gonna be seeing Ernie Hudson like 20 years from now, and you'll be like, oh, he's still kicking there.
Yeah, dude.
You know, finally start looking like he's like 60. Like,
Right.
Okay.
Actual fully white instead of salt and pepper.
Having beat cancer again in the
He's
meantime.
like, yeah, I beat it a couple more times.
What if he just gets like more powerful every time he beats cancer? Like,
That would be awesome.
That's his Zenkai boost.
Wow.
Couple more, he turns Super Saiyan.
Yeah, dude, that dude does not age.
Not at all. And it just sucks because like he plays like a really good straight man to the other three. I would say the other three. Like, Spengler is also kind of supposed to be a straight man, but like he's allowed to be weird.
Yeah, he had like some like really, I don't want to say off-putting, but just like kind of off-the-wall jokes.
Mm-hmm. And as a result, like it kind of all falls on like Winston to be like the serious one.
Yeah.
In the group.
And they give him 0 screen time.
Yeah, and it's like he's barely around. Like there's so many times where like he just disappears and you're like, where is Winston?
Oh my god!
Because it was
that court case.
Yeah, because he was there at the beginning for like the duo doing the clown show, and then when is the next time he shows up? Like when
it takes so long.
Right.
I think the next time he shows up is when they are back.
Yeah, right. Well, it's like when they all suit up. Yeah.
Like after
or I guess maybe the court case.
It would have to be, which is so crazy. Like he's at the court case, right? But he's not with.
Right, he just shows up and is like, "Hey,"
notice that he was there.
Yeah, he like makes a pit stop like at their table like before everything like
then he just
starts,
like,
and
goes
then
back into like the audience or something.
But then you don't.
I guess like I didn't even like it. I guess I just didn't even realize because I'm like so focused in on the three of them.
Sure.
And I guess the only way I justified it in my mind is because they were present when like accosted by the cops.
Yeah.
When they were digging. But other than that, I'm like, still, he's a part of it. Like they're referencing some of the stuff that happened in the past. It's like, how is he not at the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that part bothers me, and it's because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like I would think the same thing, even if it was like, oh, there's a lot of Winston, Ray, and like Egon here. What is Pete doing? Like, so like, just like you're a 4-man group,
Right?
Like not like I wouldn't sit there and be like, well, there's too much Raphael in this movie. We're like, we need to take him out and let's just do the other three. Like there has to be like there needs to be chemistry amongst all 4 of you all the time.
Right.
So we need to be able to see all 4 of you all the time.
Yes.
It's so weird that like I get that there are going to be times where you like separate off and there's like 1 or 2 of them doing their own thing. But like for the most part, they should always be coming back together as the 4 of them. And it's so weird that Winston gets pushed out for so much of the movie, and it almost feels like during the court case, I feel like if everything had gone according to the way it was going before the Scoleri brothers show up, it would have just been those 3 going to jail.
Yeah.
And and Winston had just been doing his own thing. I'm like, well,
chilling.
He was a part of everything that happened in the first movie too. So
Was he under the table when like the Scoleri brothers burst out and they were doing their ghost thing? or was it just the three?
I feel like it was just the three and the judge.
Yeah. Like when.
Then where did he go?
Because when they look up, like the whole room is empty.
Exactly,
and they're the only ones with proto packs.
Right.
Like
what?
Wow, it was so weird.
And that's the thing. So like that was kind of getting. It's one of those. And this isn't the only movie that I've seen it in, but it's like when people have this like willful amnesia where they just, hey, there was no Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
Like, why are we talking about these things as if the whole city just 5 years ago didn't experience a 100-foot Marshmallow Man attack the city and then be taken down by these specific 4 dudes?
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about ghosts and this isn't weird. I'm like, and even dude, the mayor's assistant, oh my gosh, dude was annoying the shit out of me. Because it's just like, all of you people should have been here and have noticed this. And why are we now acting like this has no relevance to what's the events of this movie?
Right.
I wrote that Kurt Fuller has he said he plays a great asshole character.
He does. He does do a great,
like every movie I see him in, like that's the character that he plays. I've never seen a movie where Kurt Fuller is like
a good guy
protagonist. He's always like this little like he's never the main asshole antagonist. Well, he kind of was in No Holds Barred, but like for the most part, like he just kind of plays the sniveling like. And I always want to say little, but he's tall,
right?
So I can never say that he's little.
Yeah.
I put that he has a punchable face. He's like, no disrespect to Kurt Fuller, but he has a punchable face. And it makes him work like so well as being that person that you're just like,
I hate you. Yeah.
Does he get punched in the face in every movie that he's in? You know, like because, and what I mean is like, even if he's not physically being punched in the face, that something happens where the tables get turned because in this movie,
he always got to turn the tables on Kurt Fuller.
So like people, so basically when he's cast, they know your face is punchable, and we have to resolve the face getting punched in some form. Okay.
He always has to get his comeuppance because like he's just like, something has to happen to you.
Why I oughta.
And the Scoleri brothers. There's so that part about him not like even if they didn't know that the 4 of the Ghostbusters like stopped the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man still was a thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you can't act like that concept of like the supernatural just didn't occur,
right,
or exist. And he also there was no jury. There was
it was just
like I don't even feel like people were really presenting an argument. I feel like they came in there and the judge was already like, well, you're going to jail. I don't care what anybody says about what's happening. You're going to jail.
Because I was like, maybe if it's like a civil case, because I feel like civil cases, it's just like the judge is the one that resolves it. But I feel like if you're getting arrested by the police, I don't think that's can
you go to jail off of a civil case?
Yeah.
If so, I need to start suing some people. But that part, like, that's why obviously he gets his comeuppance in form of the Scoleri brothers. Which, if he could tell that those 2 people were people he just recently sent to like death row, is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna assume that was from like the 50s or something when he sent those 2 because they didn't look nothing like human beings. Really, they just kind of looked like some real monsters type creatures.
Yeah.
They do look super creepy.
More so than in the first movie. I think they really did a good job with the like kind of like the ghost monster designs in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's maybe because like the cartoon used so many like different designs that they were like, maybe we can like use those guys to design some stuff for us here.
Yeah.
But I think they did a really good job there. The cast, I really enjoy this cast. Like all 4 of them have great chemistry with each other. Their timing is just like great. They allow Bill Murray to shine and be like the main star, while also everyone else being able to like
support him really well
and like work in it. And you would think that like, and I think Dan Aykroyd always does a good job of that because he did a pretty good job of that in like Blues Brothers as well. Sigourney Weaver and Bill, I think, had really good chemistry. I think that they work very well. I think Sigourney I've not seen tons and tons of her movies, but I feel like when she's not in the lead, she plays a really good like love interest / like person that you can just like kind of hit off of and work, like stand up on her own without seeming like she's going to be overshadowed Anything else I said about the cast? Rick Moranis. Love me some Rick Moranis. I miss Rick. Great job here. He's just that like perfect like nerd character that can seemingly be bullied without like actually being bullied. Even when he's in movies that he's like being bullied, it's like like in here he's the one's actually bullying him. He just stays himself in the background so perfectly well that like he stands out even though you're like you think you should forget about him, but like he sure enough he pops up. It's just like there he is.
He has such like a meek presence at times, but then also there are these moments where it's like he gets these bouts of confidence, it seems, which I think is kind of funny and cool. Like towards the end of the court case, where after they've I think trapped the ghost, then I forget what he says exactly, but he kind of like speaks out. It's something I think he says to the judge about maybe potentially like overturning the results of what that case was. And then there's also the moment when I forget her name, the secretary for the Ghostbusters, when they're at her apartment supposed to be watching the kids, and he has that comment. He's like, so you just want to do this here, or you want to like leave? And they just keep going at it. I'm like, yeah, it's funny because like he seems like he could be such a pushover, and there are those moments where he is, but in those other moments where he seems like he is able to just like stand up for himself or just like kind of express what he wants a little bit more. And that secretary, man, just she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I just like
that scene where when they're like the Scoleri brothers and he's like, and basically he gets the deal for him that if they stop the Scoleri brothers, they won't get put in jail. And then the judge is like, yes, whatever. He's like, yes, finally I won one. It's like everybody just hits their roles perfectly. Even I forget his name, the dude who's like helping Vigo.
Yes,
dude.
like the just foreign man.
Yeah. Why is it that
Dr.
you came?
Yosh? Yeah.
Yeah, he was so awkward, but like funny, like the way that he talked, and as an actor, it was very interesting. You had made a comment some time ago. I think I think maybe right at the start when we had decided that Ghostbusters 2 was going to be the last movie in the holiday season, about how like Ghostbusters 2, it was a bit more. Did you say that they had pushed for a more kid-friendly rating in that film?
Yeah.
And I asked this because I had made a note where they keep emphasizing, oh, it's the slime. And then it's this pinkish goo that looks like something that could have been like a prototype GAC for Nickelodeon or some shit. And I'm like, man, did they use this because they didn't want to get a more serious rating? Like maybe they wanted blood and they were going to use like some more viscous blood or something with a deeper red. And then there's a scene where it's Winston and I think the three of them without Peter. I think he's at a dinner and they go down back into that old transit and they see that river. And I'm like, because it looks so almost kind of like kid-like. Maybe they just want to go kid-friendly. And then literally as I'm writing that, you see all of these heads severed on pikes around them. And I'm like, never mind. They didn't care.
It's like it's still the dark comedy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But you can tell that like it is more kid friendly than the first movie. And I think if you take into account even things like how it starts in like with the birthday party and how all of a sudden you're supposed to like kids are supposed to like the Ghostbusters. And then the cartoon had started I think like 3 years before this. So there's definitely a trend toward making it a little bit more family friendly. But I think even with those like things like the heads and like when Vigo transforms at the end, I think there are times where they were like, we can try to be a little bit more risque without easily being able to see it. I would probably say the slime was, I don't know, I feel like slime was just a thing of that like period of time and it was just like, there's the slime. And plus like I think a lot of the Kenner toys, like the real Ghostbusters Kenner toys, had slime. So it probably just transferred as being like a marketable concept, maybe. I don't remember at that time there being like specifically Ghostbusters 2 slime being anywhere, but I do remember the toys having a lot of like the traditional green slime. And of course there's Slimer. And,
classic.
Yeah.
But But there is one thing that I thought was interesting about the slime. So when they all jump into it, after like Winston falls into it, and then the other two jump in, and then they all get out, it only seems to affect Ray and Winston.
Yeah.
Like Egon's just kind of like, he just comes up, he's like, hey, everybody calm down. It's
Take
like,
your clothes off. Yeah.
It's like, shouldn't you also be
Yeah.
angry? I thought maybe I think the first time I watched this, I thought like that would maybe like come into play, but then it didn't. It just, I guess he just is unaffected by it, and it didn't matter.
Well, and to that point though, I know we haven't gotten through kind of like the entirety of kind of like play by play what happens in the movie, but something else I was kind of questioning is, was there something about Ray that made him more susceptible to being potentially taken as a vessel for Vigo? Because it seemed like he was the only person. Because even Peter was like taking photos and there's
Like really looking him in the eye.
Yeah, but it was only Ray, and I don't know, maybe was it because he was doing it through the camera? But like Ray was the only one who seemed to have become entranced by it, and that happened not once but twice.
I think Ray is supposed to be more susceptible to like paranormal activity, because in the first movie, he's supposed to actually have gotten like a BJ from one of the ghosts.
Let's go into that. Let's talk about that.
And so I think I want to say like it's pantomimed in like the theatrical cut, but supposedly there was like when it was a bit more raunchy, there was supposed to be more of a detailed scene of it. It's the towards the beginning of the movie with the I'm gonna say her name is the lady in the library ghost. He's supposed to basically get like seduced and like essentially kind of have like sex with the ghost. So I've always taken that to mean that he's probably the one that is more susceptible to paranormal activity, which probably explains like why he's the one that went into the
occult business.
Yeah. Whereas everyone else just kind of was sort of around it, but not really making it like their thing.
Okay. Yeah, because wow, I had no idea. That's completely news to me. I had no idea about the first movie, him getting the fellatio thing in sex in general. That's fascinating. You can see why they wouldn't include it. Probably wouldn't have become a cartoon a couple years later.
I probably still would. I mean, Rambo became a cartoon.
That's fair. Okay. You got me there. You got me there, man. Wow.
So, I mean, to just kind of summarize towards the end of it, because there are a bunch of times where like montages happen in this movie. So they like kind of skip right through Christmas, which is very interesting. Basically, they trapped the Scolari brothers. The world, I guess New York decides that the Ghostbusters are good again. And so the Ghostbusters are able to go back in business. And we basically get a montage from that point all the way to towards the end of the movie, in which they are just busting, because busting makes everybody feel good. And
there you go.
We got it in.
I had to get it in.
You had to.
You think it was eating at me, but I actually forgot it all the way up until right before. I was like, oh, I can put it right here. So
would have eaten at you though if you got to the
if I did, and
recording
I'd have been putting right in there. I'm like, busting makes me feel good. I forgot to put it in there.
I would love to do that, to where like, because normally I put like a scene, like sandwich in between scenes when stitching together the episodes, but at the end, instead of putting something from Ghostbusters, it just be like this long hallway, and there's just you at the other end, and you're sprinting towards the camera. Bustin' makes me feel good. Bustin' makes me feel good.
All right, end it.
Cool. Got it in.
We'll probably put that YouTube edit. Bustin'. So eventually Vigo is getting enough of the residual like bad feelings of the goo to start being stronger. He instructs what's his name to essentially now just outright try to steal Dana's child.
Yeah.
And he's still being very weird about it.
As he is about everything.
Yeah, he's just a weird guy.
And then eventually Vigo's like, all right, enough of this crap. I'm going to turn you into a like nurse maid ghost lady. if you just go over there and steal it. So he steals the baby. Ghostbusters got to intervene. They can't get into the museum because Vigo's power is just too powerful. So they gotta try to figure out a way to like kind of turn the tides. And so earlier in the movie, they hinted that they could use the slime in a positive charge to manipulate non-living things. They do it with a toaster. There's no in between here. They decide that they know they can do it.
Right.
And
they're
so
just like, oh, we did one test. It's good to go.
And so they positively charge the slime and use it to animate the Statue of Liberty. And using a NES Advantage joystick, proceed to take her into the city. And because she's Lady Liberty, all the New Yorkers start to feel a sense of pride about themselves that it weakens the force field enough to be able to get inside. There they fight Vigo and are kind of having trouble because the proton packs aren't powerful enough. He's still pretty powerful. You know, all the pink oozes really gotten him going. And he goes to steal the baby again. Only this time it has now become New Year's. The ball is dropped. So it makes me wonder if, despite all that going on over at Times Square, was like the what's his name? Was the Rockin' New Year celebration with the
like Ryan Seacrest or something?
Was that still going on?
That would be crazy if it was.
Despite having seen the Statue of Liberty walking off there, like, we're still rocking a New Year in. So the ball drops and everybody starts singing Auld Lang Syne, which gives the Ghostbusters enough, that weakens Vigo enough that they can initially blast him into the painting, but then he finally decides an adult would be the more logical person to take over.
And that's where I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't he just do that
from the jump?
Yeah. I just thought
really
that he
wanted
couldn't
that
take
baby
over anything but a baby. But then when he took over Ray, I'm like, well, you could have.
He just really wanted that baby for some reason.
They wanted someone other than the weird guy to take over,
which makes sense.
Yeah, not you,
like not
anything
you.
But you.
And unfortunately, none of the rest of these people in here look like they're suitable. So he momentarily takes over Ray, and then they just blast Ray with the
good goo.
The good goo. And we no longer have Vigo the Carpathian to deal with. And somehow, maybe it's the good goo, or maybe it was the last of Vigo's power. I'm not sure. But the painting transforms from being Vigo to being the four Ghostbusters holding
Oscar.
Yeah.
And fun fact, as Ernie Hudson is presented on that painting,
that's how he looks right now.
That's how he looks.
Yes, that is exactly just as jacked. Same dude.
So I'm assuming he just is always jacked. And they're just like, we got to put him in a whole bunch of clothing so he doesn't look too great amongst the rest of the Ghostbusters.
Although to be real, I feel like there's like a huge chunk of time where it's like I just didn't see Ernie Hudson in movies, so maybe that's where he was. Like maybe truly he was in the painting until a certain point, and then somebody cut him out.
Oh, he was frozen in time.
Yeah,
he was Captain America.
They just shook the painting.
Yeah,
and then he came out.
Like, I'm free.
But only him.
None of the other three.
And so we get our ending. Everyone is happy. Everyone's cheering. And so when it comes to credits, I really enjoy how Ghostbusters credits roll. Granted, I've not seen past the first two movies. I need to watch the other ones. But I like that concept of just the credits are rolling, music's playing. You can see credits going, but they're still movie basically. Mm-hmm. So things are still happening, and then eventually it starts to show you scenes that look like they could have been interstitials between scenes that we saw in the movie. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, so there was so much more movie you kind of had, but you're like, we don't need those parts, but we'll show you those parts here.
Yeah.
And I like that because both movies kind of did that. This one did it more so than the first movie, but I always like that about those. And I put a timestamp here because I need the viewer, and you guys probably, if you want to go back and look at it, to see. So during the events, Rick Moranis is trying to get to the museum, but I guess like most New Yorkers, he doesn't have a vehicle. So he initially is just kind of running, and he gets to a bus stop. And he gets to this bus stop, and it's at 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 48 seconds in. That's how detailed I made this.
Yeah.
He gets to it, and he stops, and he's looking around. And as he's running to the bus stop, there's this lady that's walking opposite him, and they kind of like cross paths. And then she turns to look at him because I guess she's like, well, he's dressed pretty weirdly. And then he kind of looks up, but he's like, still like, oh, I need to get there. For some reason, this lady, like, she just like does like this like spin move because she's turned full back around so that she can look at him. So they're facing like the same direction at this point. And then she just does this like spin move like she's like an NFL D-back covering somebody. And then she just tails it out of there. And I have no idea.
What's the timestamp on that?
1 hour, 30 minutes, 48 seconds in. And it made me laugh, and I had to like stop multiple times, look at this, and then like note that time. Because I was like, did somebody direct her to do this? Because she was clearly an extra. But I also don't know if she was an extra in the sense that she knew she was being filmed, or if they may have just like put her in.
Had her walk, yeah, because that's at the point where Slimer pulls up as the bus driver. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe the thought is that she saw Slimer as the bus driver. And was like, oh.
So is it during that shot where it's like from inside the bus and you see?
No, he's still outside of it.
Oh,
like the bus hasn't pulled up yet. He just got to the bus stop.
Oh.
So he hadn't even gone in like, hey, do you have your license? And he just gets on the bus. Is Slimer's relationship to the Ghostbusters, does that change depending on like the media that you're watching?
So like,
because he seems like
in
a
the
pet
movies,
in the cartoons.
In the cartoons, in the cartoon he's a pet. Like he's with the Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. But in the movie, in the first movie he was
antagonistic.
Yeah. And in this movie, he just kind of is like doing his own thing because he was there. Like he got released when like all the rest of them got released, and then he's just kind of doing his own thing. And I don't know why there's that difference. I think when they saw Slimer, the people who made the cartoon, I think Deke made it. I think they were like, yeah, he's gonna be he's very mascotable.
Sure.
Let's see if Webster can put that in the dictionary. Mascotable. Because
you think they kind of look at him and they go, I think they thought to themselves, like, it's either got to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the Ghostbusters icon logo itself, or Slimer. Yeah. You're like, all right, we'll go Slimer. And he just became that. Dang. Yep. And that was Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. Ghostbusters 2.
Final thoughts? Or I guess Panharmonicons? I'm all out of sorts. I don't know how this goes anymore.
It is that time. Oh, are you pulling up a soundbite?
No, I'm just trying to check the notes. Sorry.
No, you're good. And how many Panharmonicons does this get? How many Panharmonicons does this get? Yeah, how many Panharmonicons does this get? Damon.
I guess 4 out of 5 Panharmonicons for me. Like I said, I was not lying earlier. I did enjoy this movie, despite what critics and audience says. To me, it's just more of the first movie, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think it is worse than the first movie. I think that it just continues to do exactly what the first movie did. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not as edgy, or maybe it's not as dark as the first one, but maybe also because it is the movie that I came into the franchise with, because obviously I was not around when the first movie came out. And so it's more sanitized in that sense that as a kid, I was able to watch it and enjoy it a lot. But I don't think nostalgia in this case is talking because, like I said, enjoy this cast. Like the 6 major characters in the movie are all incredibly well casted. I think that smartest move ever. Granted, I think Eddie was the one who declined. Regardless, excellent move to switch to Ernie Hudson, even though I would probably give this higher if Ernie had more time, just simply because I dislike the fact that he's not in the movie nearly as much as I feel like he should be. Rick and Scorny, great, and the other Ivan, Dan, and Bill all do a great job. I forgot that there was a period when they were at the psychiatric place and that the doctor was talking to Kurt Fuller. I was like, is that future Bill Murray? And it turned out it was actually his older brother, Bob.
Oh, wow.
Which is why they looked so much alike. I was like, that's so weird. And then like in the credits, it's like, oh, Bob Murphy. Okay, cool, yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I think I would regardless of when I saw it.
Yeah. Schwei.
So, Andrew.
If we're allowed to do quarters, I would give this a 3.75. There's just some things that fell flat for me. It is the Ghostbuster that I remember the most, ironically enough. But watching this, I was like, oh, dang, I probably should have watched the first one just to get that continual bits. But yeah, I just think there were points for me that just the acting felt a little weird. But other than that, I think it's still a very fun movie. Definitely, I had a good time watching it. Thought it was very fun.
I was gonna give it 3.5. I do very much enjoy it, and it is a good time. And I think, like, to your comment, like, as you've talked more about, because it's been so long since I've seen the first one, that I would now like to watch both of them in succession and just kind of see that, like, continuation and just, like, more of what we were getting in the first movie, regardless of whether or not it's as edgy or as dark and all those other tidbits. But yeah, I really did enjoy, like, watching that cast, going back and seeing. It's always fun to see, I think, actors that, like, have through the course of our lives become more and more prolific and they become legendary literally within our lifetimes. People like Bill Murray, people like Dan Aykroyd, and really almost everybody that's in that film, and just go back and watch a lot of their earlier work. So yeah, it was a good time. Glad you suggested it.
Mm-hmm. Looks like there's going to be a Ghostbusters month.
We could.
I guess that's true. Yeah, they're enough.
We could do.
Movies. Yeah.
And let us know how many Panharmonicons out of 5 that you'd give Ghostbusters 2 audience. And while you're doing that, if you'd like to drop a comment, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube, YouTube peeps, if you can subscribe, if you like what you're seeing and you want to get more of it, because trust me, there's more. I mean, we got the backlog. You guys got plenty of episodes if you haven't seen it. If this is your first one, you're like, I want more of that. There's more of it.
Yes.
Just click on that little Panharmonicon Studio icon just a little bit above the subscribe button, and you'll see we got stuff. And if you want more stuff, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. Hit that thumbs down if you didn't. Drop us a comment. And if you're on Spotify, my Spotify peeps, rate us 1 through 5 and follow, as well as drop a little comment on what you thought about Ghostbusters 2 and what you think about Ghostbusters franchise in general.
Yes.
I think it's kind of one of those, like, media franchises that is kind of flies under the radar. I wouldn't say it's underrated, but I think it's just, like, because of those, like, long droughts between times, it just, like, we don't think about it as much.
Yeah.
And above all, I'd like to thank you guys for listening to, I think this is episode 39.
39.
Of Panharmonicon Studios Presents.
A podcast.
I am Damon.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Farron.
And we want to thank you guys for listening and have a Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm. Happy New Year's, folks.
Stay safe.
See you next time.
Happy New Year. Stay fit, keep sharp, make good decisions. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, it's you. Okay, but I didn't know you had your license.